of the character that we are going to use today. So perhaps you already installed the Blender now. Okay. All right. So for the outline, there are a few things. Okay, I divide into two. The first three is actually on the um, uh, definition. Okay, so you must know on the basic what is a 3D modeling, what is a character design, and also what is a low poly technique. And the second part, we are going to use Blender 3D to start our modeling. All right. Okay, so this is 3D modeling. Okay, what is the character design? Design is the process to create own character. Okay, so if you have your own idea, what you need to do is to do sketches, and also you can start with the character sheet here. So this of the character sheet. So the importance of the character sheet is you will know better or your character. Okay, so as you can see, you need to write down your character name, race, the strength, capability, behavior, and so on. All right. Once you finish all these things, the next step is we illustrate or we sketch on paper the character and your character lah. All right. So this one we focusing on the game development or the game design. So basically, this is how the 3D model or the storyboard artist illustrate the character, which you need to illustrate from the front view, side view, and also the back view. All right. So since the 3D modeling, so we need to model the whole part of the character. Okay. So for today workshop, I'm going to focus on the last stage, which we are using Blender to model the character. Okay. So of course, I'm going to show very simple modeling. All right. So because I'm not sure either you have a basic skill Blender or not. Okay. But if you have you already have background on Blender, I think you can see me in Unimai, of course. All right. So this is the introductory course. All right. Okay, so for game development, is we use low poly technique. Okay, so what is low poly technique? So this is the example of the character, and then this is the example of the game environment. All right. So as you can see, there are the game model not so smooth. Okay, so this one we call it as a low poly technique. So this technique normally we use for game development, or if we want to create a 3D character or any game object, we need to use this technique. All right. So low poly meaning that they have we use very less the number of polygon in our character. Okay, but for high poly meshes or the high poly polygon, so this is normally used for animation. Right? So you can compare the 3D animation and also the 3D game object or the 3D game character. Okay. Why do we need to use low poly technique? Because to create the whole the game itself, it requires a lot of object. Okay, not only the character, the game object, any supporting object for our environment. Okay, the animation together with the surrounding of the the game itself. Okay, so when we use low poly, meaning that it will affect the file size of our the 3D itself. Okay, so I think you know for the 3D game or 2D game, the rendering is a real time. Okay, so meaning that it depends on your computer performance. If your computer superb, high specification, should be no problem to run all the realistic game object. Okay, but some of the computer with low end hardware, of course the required time to process everything, and the game itself will be in lag. Alright, if you move forward but the computer still processing, and the rendering a bit slow. Alright, okay, so some of the game 3D game is a very realistic, right? But the basic concept same, which we still use low poly, but that one we wrap with the realistic texture, so that we look the object very nice and very realistic, closer to the real object. Alright. Okay, so that one is a very basic for the low poly technique, right? So hopefully you can write down or can remember something, because after our at the end of the station, we are going to have just a pop quiz for the 10 question, so that if you answer correct, you can get something from Unimind. All right. Okay, so Blender. All right, so Blender is a free and open source software. Free meaning that no need to pay anything. You can simply go to the blender.org, and then you can see download Blender 2.82. So this is the latest version. Alright, so for 2.8 version, there are a bit difference with the 2.7 version. So if you have the previous version, the arrangement of the tools, it might be different from the 2.8 version. Okay, but of course the features and the tools that you can use still the same. The shortcut key also same. Alright, so other than 3D modeling, okay, what we can do is okay, what we can do with Blender is actually come out with our 3D object.
I think you need to reshare the screen if you're going into Blender right now.
So, can you see me?
I can't see you, but then I can't see the Blender software either. If you don't mind, share the...
Reshare back.
Reshare back, yeah. Yes, I can see this. I can see the Blender screen.
Like this?
Can I get, yeah, I can see it. Can you see it? Can everybody see it? Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I get?
Right. So.
Can I get? Make sure everybody else is muted so we can hear just one Syuhada to talk. Thank you. Go ahead, Syuhada.
Okay. All right. So can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to share back my Blender.
I think it was shared just now already, so you can click share again. Sorry.
Okay, I'm clicking share, but nothing appears. I think might be because of my internet a bit slow. Right. Okay, now. All right, so we straight away to the Blender. All right, so just a brief on the Blender. So Blender is a 3D software. So you can use 3D software to create your 3D modeling, of course. And the second one, you can produce your own 3D animation. And of course, you can apply a visual effect to the 3D object, and also by using Blender, also you can create game software, and this is a free one. Okay, so this is the startup. Okay, for the new one, what you need to do now is you just left click anywhere, so then you can enter Blender. All right. Okay, so this is the basic object which given by Blender. All right, so you can see this is a cube, and then camera and light. All right. Okay, so to click on the object or to select the object, what you can do is you can use a left click button. All right. Okay, so on top is the top bar menu. All right, so the basic, which is we have file where you can save your file, and for the Blender, the file size is .blend. So meaning that if you need to use Blender to open that file. Okay, but if you want to import to another platform, you can export to .obj. Obj is a portable, which you can open in Unity or any 3D software or any game engine software. Okay, OBJ. All right. So the next one is the layout. So this is the basic default layout. Okay, which we can create our model here. All right, and this is the outliner. So the outliner, they will show, or they will show all the object that you add in your workspace here. Okay, at the bottom you can see this is the property panel. So if you click cube, meaning that all the information related to the cube will be appear here. And on the next side here, this is several tools that there are a lot of tools here that you can use. All right, so the first one, the basic one, is the properties here lah. Okay, you can click the letter square one. Okay, and then we are going to use modifier during our tutorial later. And also the next one is the material. Okay, so basically we are going to create very simple object. All right, so alright, so let's start lah. Okay, so before that, you need to familiarize on how to navigate in Blender. Alright, so since for the 3D, any 3D software, you need to move it, you need to rotate so that you can see the back view or the top view, and also at the bottom view. All right, so this one we call it as the orbit. So how to activate the orbit function? You can click on the middle mouse button or your scroll button. Just click and drag to anywhere, right? So this one to move around inside your environment. Okay, so the next part is to do painting. Okay, so for the painting, you can middle mouse button and then click. Okay, you click middle mouse button together with shift key. Right, shift key and then middle mouse button, then you can move we can pan our object lah, from left right, bottom to top. Right, and then the last one is how to zoom in, zoom out. This one also important during the modeling process because we need to see the vertices clearly. So to zoom in and zoom out, what you need to do is you just scroll your mouse button, all right, so that you can see your object clear, very clear. All right, and the next one we have, if you click on the other side here, we have object mode, edit mode, sculpt mode, vertex, width, and texture. So since this one is the very beginner level, I'm going to touch two mode only, which is the object mode, the default mode. And the second one is the edit mode. So what's the difference between edit mode and object mode? So object mode, you cannot change the faces or the line or the vertices on your object. So as you can see here, this is the edit mode. We can do selection by clicking the vertex, okay, or the point, or as you can see next to the edit mode, you have, this is the vertex select, and the next one is the edge select or the line select. Okay, so if you click, then the line change to white color, meaning that that line is being selected, right? And the next one is the face select, right? For the face select, we select the whole part, the surface, the polygon, all right? So of course we can do multiple select. So sometimes we are going to scale a few faces, all right? So to do multiple selection, we can select the first part first, and then holding shift on your keyboard and then left click to the next part, all right? So this is the basic on the edit mode, all right? And then we go back to the object mode. Okay, so the next one is the view. Viewpoint is very important in 3D modeling because we need to see every angle, every part, and every side of our object. Okay, so if you click view, you can see here viewpoint, right? So under camera is the default camera that Blender give to camera, and then other than that we have top, bottom, and right, left, all right? So on the right side you can see this is the short. If you have a keyboard with the numpad, all right, you can use this one. We just click here and then change from this view to front view. Okay, so your guideline is here. Okay, you can see front orthographic. So in 3D, we have different view. Okay, orthographic and also perspective. As you can see here, if you click view, then you can use numpad 5 to change from perspective to. So this is the orthographic where you can see the object a straight line. Okay, so of course we are going to use both. Sometimes we are going to use the perspective, and then some of the process that require orthographic, right? So for the perspective, okay, so you can change here a little bit, then the label here change based on the action that you did. So this is the perspective, meaning that there are angle from different side. Okay. Okay, so the next one is this the basic button. Of course, we are going to use a lot. The first one is the selection tools. Okay, if you left click a few seconds, you can see several options which you can see select box, select circle, and also select lasso. All right. So later I will show on how to use select box, select circle, and also select lasso. All right. So the next one is move. This is the cursor. All right. The 3D cursor here. As you can see, the white and also the red color. So that one is the 3D cursor. Sometimes we need to reposition back, and of course we need on this part. And these three, the first one is the move tools. The second one is to rotate tools, and the third one is tools. All right. So this is the basic, the must use tools in our modeling process, because some of the object we need to move it around. We can click on this, or you press G on your keyboard, G for grab. Okay, if you mouse over, you can see the label, and at the same time it will show the shortcut key. All right, G for move tools, and for rotate, change the object orientation, or you can click on R on your keyboard, all right, to activate the. And the last one is skill. So basically skill is to reduce the size of the object, reduce or enlarge the size. Okay, you can use skill, right? And this is the transform tools. Okay, when you click I click here, so this is the will activate. Okay, back. This is the scale, which you can see the small box here. Okay, so in 3D, you know already there are 3 different axes, which and see. Okay, it's different with 2D animation or 2D games. Okay, for 2D only and involved with X and Y. All right. So this one for rotation, you can see all the circle here. You can click and drag if you want to move along with the green color is Y axis, and then the red color is the X axis, and for the Z color is belong to the Z axis. Okay, and to the arrow, you can click and drag, move around. So you need to familiar with all these 3 first. So once you feel comfortable, then we can start modeling. All right. Okay. So I'm going back to my front view. Okay, and orthographic, of course. So I think you see my first slide, which we are going to create the monster, the cute monster. Alright, so the first part that we are going to model is the body part. Alright, so 3D, they're totally different with any image editing software or others. Okay, so for 3D, normally we use mesh object provided in that particular software. So normally, if you are using Blender or Maya, so this is the basic mesh that you can use, and then you can manage single cube, and then you can transform into your character. Okay, all right. Okay, so we start with the body first. All right. What we need to do is we press Ctrl followed by number 3 on your keyboard to do subdivision. And for 3D software, there are a lot of shortcut keys that you need to remember. Okay, so if you have time, you can search for the shortcut key sheet, and you can familiarize some of the shortcut key. All right. So Control followed by number 3 to convert from the 6 faces into different. We add more polygon to our cube here. All right. So the next one is we need to use since we need to manipulate each part of the object, so we need to move from object mode to edit mode, or the shortcut key is a tab, right? Or I'm going to use the menu here, right? So this is our cube, previous cube, right? So I'm going to do some cut, right? All right. So loop cut is we are going to add another line. All right. So from that line, we can manipulate and adjust the shape of our object. All right. To add a loop cut, what we need to press is Ctrl R. Okay. You R on your keyboard, and then you move around your object. Control R key, and then you move your cursor. Okay, they're a bit tricky. Sometimes you cannot see. Okay, so as you can see here, we got the yellow line, okay, so that the new look we add to our object. Okay, so I'm going to add this line position. No, okay, not position. Position, we are going to move the position letter. Okay, once you okay with
Hi,
the
Miss
line.
Shweta. Sorry, Mr. Shweta. One of the participants asked to repeat again your the previous instruction because I think he just couldn't get the instruction earlier. Just
Oh,
one step before this. Just one step before this.
oh, okay. Okay, I go back to edit mode or Control Z. Okay, I back to the basic. I think I need to do it slowly because you are following me, right? Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is our cube, all right? So in 3D, we can do subdivision. Subdivision is we can add polygon on our cube. It's cube lah, all right? Might be for other, you can use cylinder, okay? If you see here, we have different meshes, which cube, sphere, cylinder, cone, and also torus. Okay, so if creating Minecraft type of character, you can use cube directly. You can no need to change the face of the character, the cube, right? But for this one, we are going to create a bit small of the character. So what we can do is to do subdivision, all right? So press Control together with number 3 on your keyboard. Control and number 3. It will change it will transform our cube into this shape. Okay. Number 3. Okay. Together. Control number 3 and then it will transform. Okay, so the next one is we need to change our mode from object mode to edit mode because we are going to manipulate some of the parts of our cube. Okay, all right, so in edit mode, okay, because for the loop cut we cannot do in edit object mode, right? So the loop cut, okay, we need to press Control R, and then you just move your cursor until you can see the yellow line, right? So you just once you see the line, okay, I'm going to add this line. Just left click one time, and as you can see, the cursor change from previous arrow to arrow up and down, meaning that we can move our loop cut. Right, so we are going to move the new loop cut to the bottom side, like this. Alright, so the next one is we change from the edge select or line select to face select, because I'm going to select on the top view. Okay. For the selection, you just left click one time. Okay, but if you're using previous version, right click to do selection. Okay, so now we are going to make it small, top of our character for the character head. All right, so I'm selecting this part only, and then I'm going to click on the scale tools. Click on the scale and just left click and drag towards the character. Then the character will transform, look like this. All right. Okay. Okay, so this is the front view. Okay. Of course, we need to check on the right view. Okay. We go click on the view and then go to the viewpoint and then click right. Okay, of course we don't want the character is too big. Okay, so we can scale down the size of the character, make it slim. All right, not too big and not too slim. Okay, just in the middle. All right. So still okay, so since I'm going to do the scaling for the whole object, all right, so I'm going to deselect my um, the face on top. Okay, so to deselect, you just press A 2 times. Okay, so if you press A 1 time, it will select the whole thing. Okay, and then if you press 2 times, it will deselect everything. Okay, so again, this is the right view. Make sure you are in the right first. Okay, and then press S. Since I'm going to scale the depth of the character, so as you can see, this is the gizmos for your reference. Okay, so I want to scale down on the y-axis.
Can you repeat again? I can't understand.
Which part?
I already did the Control R part already. The second part I don't understand.
Okay, all right. You managed to add the new card, the loop card, the Control R. Right. Okay, so this is the new card. As you can see, the black color, the black line here. Okay, so I move it a bit down. Okay, so for the bottom part of our character. So the next one, I'm going to scale a little bit for the top view of my character. Okay, so before we can scale, we must change our selection. Okay, if you are now using edge select or vertex select, please click on the select. Okay, so and then later you can left click 1 time, so the part of our character being selected. So then we press S on our keyboard, or we can click on the tools here to scale the shape. Okay. Alright, so this is our okay, I'll share back our aim for our character, the finished product for this workshop. Okay. Okay, so we are going to create this character. Okay, so as you can see, the shape a bit small on the top here and a bit wide on the bottom. Okay, so this is our aim for this workshop. At the end of this workshop, you are able to produce this character. Okay, very simple one, no worries. Okay. Okay, so we finish on the top part. Now can see?
Can everyone see the screen? Yeah, I can see the Blender screen.
Yeah, okay, now can see.
Because they're a bit slow, so I think a bit delay. So now you can see the top view a bit smaller because the aim of our character like the previous slide. Okay, all right. So the next one is we go to the right view. Okay, we click on the view and then go to viewpoint and click on right. Alright, so make sure you deselect everything. How to deselect? Press A 2 times. Make sure no yellow color or orange color. Okay, make sure the gray color like this. Okay, so I'm going to make it my character a bit slim. Alright, so I'm going to scale down on the y-axis here, the green color. Okay, so you can click on the scale. Alright, and then
Select again lah.
like. Okay, now can you see me? Can you see the screen?
I mean, how to deselect ah?
Deselect, you press A on your keyboard 2 times. Okay, if you press 1 time, the blender will select the whole thing, and then you need to press A 2 times, twice, and it will deselect everything. Yeah, so make sure everything in gray color, meaning that we are not selecting anything. Alright, so now we are going to do selection. You can do selection in edit mode or in object mode to both scanner. Make sure you are in the right view. Okay, press A to select the whole thing, and then click on the green color and make it slim a little bit, something like this. Right, and you can use move tools. Okay, click on the move tools and move it this. Okay, so this is the body part of the character. Very simple one. Okay, so before you do the scaling, you need to select the whole thing. You press A 1 time, then you can click on the scale button here, the scale tools, or you can use you can just press S on your keyboard followed by Y. So if you want to scale on the y-axis, okay, and then left click 1 time once you've done your scaling process. Right. Okay, so the next part, we are going to add some we are going back to the front view. And then click on the move tool. So we change from front to top view now and zoom a little bit. Alright, so since we are not applying the modifier, so as you can see, you cannot do the selection on the face set here. So what you are doing now is actually you are selecting the outer box. Alright, so what we are going to do now is you go to your properties and then you find the icon, this one, the modifier properties, with the blue color here, the spanner icon. Alright, so you click this, we call it as a modifier. There are a lot of things that we benefit to us, okay, during modeling process. Okay, so what we are going to do now is you just click apply here. Oh, okay, so the error show modifier cannot be applied in edit mode. All right, so no worries, Blender also will guide you to do anything, all right, something lah, all right. So meaning that we need to change from edit mode to object mode. Okay, so then go back to the modifier tab. Okay, and then we click apply. Okay, once you click apply, the things disappear here. All right, then if you go back to the edit mode, all right, then you can select some of the part of the object, okay, the character. Okay, so now we are going to do this selection. You press A 2 times. Okay, so make sure you are now in top view. Okay, again click view and then go to the top view, and please change to the top orthographic so that easy for you to see the object clearly. All right. Okay, so for the server,
different from yours.
what happened?
Wrong.
Okay. So you still have the outer box, right? This is the top view, okay? If you still have the outer box, what you need to do is actually you go to your object mode and then go to the properties panel, click on this tab, okay, modifier tab, and click apply. If you haven't clicked apply, so you cannot do the selection on the face on our character here. Okay,
Is it supposed to look like a shark fin?
you can see my screen, right? So supposed to be look like this. So from this is front view, okay. Okay, if I change to the right view, look like this, a bit slim. Okay, but if I change to front, they're a bit wider lah. Okay, like human. We have a wide and then a bit slim at the back, right? Okay. Front view back. Alright, so can I proceed? Okay, so we move to before you enter edit mode, you have to make sure that you are selecting your object. Okay, so how can you make sure that you are selecting your object? You can see this orange color. Okay, so if I click outside, you cannot see the orange color, meaning that we are not selecting our object. Or we can use this panel. Okay, so far we only have one object, so you can click on cube here. Alright, so the yellow line is the indicator that we are selecting that object. Okay, alright, so go to the edit mode and then change from front view to top view, or you can press numpad 7 and then scroll you can zoom in your character by scrolling your scroll button. Okay, and then I'm going to do face select. Make sure you are now activating face select. Alright, and then click on the face, and at the same time you need to hold shift key on your keyboard. Okay, because we are going to do multiple select. All right, so again for this part also,
It still has the yellow ring around it.
yellow ring,
Still
ring,
it still is selected. It's like yellow.
yellow ring. The orange color meaning that we are selecting the line or the object.
Oh.
That one is the for our reference, but nothing. We are not doing nothing with the line. So that's for our guideline. Okay, the yellow line. So for example, this one we have orange color. Orange color meaning that we are selecting these spaces. Okay. But if you are selecting the whole object, you can see the whole orange line around your object. Okay. So that one I think in object mode. But in edit mode, you can do individual selection, which you can select point, okay, or you can select line, and also you can select the whole square here. So this square we call it as a face. So this is the third one, the third features. So we are selecting this one, right? And I'm going to add more, right? So press shift on your keyboard and then left click. Alright, so something like this. Okay, I'm going to select these two parts in the middle, and then the next area here, and the last part here. So what we're going to do now is we change from top view to front view. Okay, and zoom out. Okay, and then you can click shift and middle mouse button to do panning. Remember, shift and middle mouse button so that you can move down your character if the character might be outside from the view, your current view. So you can double click on the cube here, okay, or you just press shift together with the middle mouse button. Okay, and then we are going to do extrude. Okay, extrude is the best. It's another tools that we can use in 3D modeling. Okay, meaning that we are expanding the surface here. All right. So the shortcut key to extrude is E. You just press E on your keyboard. So you press E on your keyboard, you can see the if you move your cursor, then you can see the object will align to the blue line bar. Okay, but if you have so many blue line color, after you press E, you press Z on your keyboard, so that we need to make sure that only one line, blue line only. I don't want to have more. Okay, sometimes they are adding more line. So, and then if you are extruding, the direction also a bit hard to control. Okay. So, okay. As you can see, after you press E, then if you move your cursor, and then it will follow your cursor. Okay, so just left click one time. Okay, then if you move your cursor, the face will remain there. All right. Okay, so the next part is we are going to scale down, make it a bit sharp on the edges, the end of the top here. All right, since we have different faces. Okay, so what we can do here is you click on the button here. All right, like the number 8, right? So you click on the individual origin. So meaning that they are not depending with each other. They are only depending on their own origin point. Okay, what is the origin? Is the, if you scale down, there are the origin point they need to refer to. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, So after that, we press S on our keyboard. S on our keyboard, and then you move your cursor toward your object, and the object will turn like this, a bit sharp at the bottom of the top of the object character, the body character. Okay.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Okay. Okay, I'm starting with the selection. I think you finish do the selection like this.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so then it's better for you to change from the top view to the front view, so that easy for you to control your cursor. Okay, so click view, viewpoint, and choose front. Okay, so press E on your keyboard. E for okay, this is the thing that I said before. When you press E, I don't want the messy line like this, okay? Because if you move your cursor, you can see the direction is a bit messy. I don't want like this. So the solution is you just press D on your keyboard, and then we will having the straight line. See? And then left click one time to keep the position.
Okay. Now.
Okay, now press S on your keyboard to make it a bit sharp at the edges of the face.
Oh.
Press S on your keyboard and then move your cursor towards the character. Okay? Done.
Okay.
Okay, done. Okay, we finished.
Panda claw.
Sorry?
Now it looks like a panda claw.
Okay. Actually, I cannot hear you clearly. Alright. So this is the body part of our character lah. Okay. So you can imagine this might be the hair of the character. Okay. So since this is a monster, it can be any shape of the character, right? So please don't limit with the human character. You can play with your imagination. Alright. Okay, now we move to object mode. Okay, so the first part done. Okay, for the body part. Okay, the second part is the eyeball. Okay, for the eyeball, we are going to add another mesh object. Okay, so you can click on the add here. Or, oh sorry, this is the access to add another mesh, or we can use cut key, which we can press Shift A together, same, alright? Shift A, and then you just click mouse over on mesh, because we are going to utilize the mesh. This is the several options that we can use. You can see cube, circle, sphere, icon, the cylinder, and of course we are going to click on the UV sphere for the character eyeball. Okay, so no worries because the size is so big, right? Okay, make sure you click on the move tool and to the next side. Okay, please make sure that you click on the arrow. Okay, and then move to the next of our object, and we need to do scaling. Okay, because this eyeball, the sphere is too big. Okay, press S on your keyboard, S, and then move your cursor towards your object to scale down. Okay, if you press S and move your cursor outside from the character, it will enlarge object. Okay, so for the eyeball, not so big. Okay, right, then we can reposition. Okay, maybe once you move, you cannot see your sphere, right? So you can click on the green line here, okay, to move the place the center of the character. Okay. You press middle mouse button to do orbit. Remember, we need to make sure that the second object attached to our body character. If not, of course can also.
Just how to make the circle smaller again?
Press S and then move your cursor towards your object. When you press S for resizing, okay, S on your keyboard, move your cursor towards your object, like this. Then you can repolish it using the move tools. Okay, make sure that the character is in front of your body, not inside the body character. Okay, and we are going to duplicate the eyeball. Okay, this might be the white color of the eyeball, and to duplicate the object, or you can add another UV sphere, but to make our action, we just duplicate. All right, so make sure that you are selecting this sphere and then press Shift D. Okay, Shift D to duplicate and then left click one. So you cannot see that it's there, no worries. Okay, and then you press S to make it to reduce the size and make it the size than the okay, so something like this. So we have the eye. Alright. So when I move to the next part, right? So the third part is the mouth of our character. So for this one, we are going to use cube, alright? So you just left click anywhere and make sure you are in object mode. Okay, every time before you adding new mesh object, make sure that you are on the object mode. Okay, so that the new object will be split with the current object. So Shift A, and then I'm going to add another cube. All right, I'm going to move a little bit here and make it smaller. Scale, press scale it down. All right, and the same step with the body part, which I'm going to do subdivision. Okay, control number 3, control 3, and then we have the and I'm going to place this in front of the character. So it's smaller. You can do scaling. Press S again and make it bigger. Okay. Alright. So the next one is okay. Still selecting this new cube. Alright, and then move to edit mode. Alright. So in edit mode, I'm going to do the loop cut. Alright, so press Ctrl R and then move your cursor, make sure like this, and left click one time, and I'm going to move the line like this, right? So still in the edit mode, change from the edge select to face select. I'm going to select this, the bottom part, right? bottom part, and then I'm going to do scaling as so. Okay, and then deselect. Okay. Right, so I think we can move to object mode and scale on the x-axis. I'm pressing X followed by X. Okay, hit my mouse wider. Alright, and then reposition a little bit. And this is not our mouse yet. Alright, what we are going to do now is to add modifier. So the modifier that we are going to use is boolean. Alright, means that we have the object, we're going to subtract the shape from our character body. So the first one, we need to click on the character body and then go to the modifier here, go to the boolean. Right, don't click apply yet because we need to do we need to assign which object that we are going to apply the boolean. So you click on the eyedropper like here and then click on the mouse, right? Click apply. Next, after you move, you can move your mouse now. So you can see the shape that might be not so depth, okay, but you can imagine this is for the mouse of our character. So of course you can select this area and then do extrude, of course, but it takes longer time to finish everything. So we can use modifier because modifier have a lot of benefit, and of course it reduce our time lah. Okay. Alright. So the next part is leg. Okay. Or we can use this tongue. Okay. Okay, make sure we are in a front view. Okay. We are scaled down a little bit. And in edit mode, okay, Control R to do loop cut. Make sure this direction one time, left click one time, and then again Control R. I'm going to add line and Control R again, left click and move a little bit here. Alright. So now I'm going to do selection the middle line, okay, or you just select the top line. Sure you are selecting each select and then select this one time and then press shift on your keyboard and adding the back line also.
Teacher, can you give me this part? I don't exactly understand. I did the shift already.
Shift which part?
I done the shift D part already, and then I can't understand how to do this part yet.
The tongue, the mouse, okay, huh? Right, so this is actually the object of our mouse, okay? So I just move to the other side so that easy for me to see the whole object, okay? So you can scale down a little bit, so make sure this object will fit inside the object mouse, right? And go to the edit mode, okay? And we are going to do loop cut again. The Control R, remember? Okay, Control R to add new line to our object. Okay, so I'm going to add here. So left click one time, 2 times. Okay, I will place the first loop cut center of my object. Okay, and then press Control R again, repeating the same process. And I'm going to move a little bit near to the center and Control R again. And left click and move a little bit here. Alright. Alright. Okay, so the next one is selecting these 3 lines. The first, the in front one, and the top one, and the back one. Okay, and I'm going to click on the arrow, the blue arrow, then just change the shape like this. Okay, right, and change our object mode to object mode. So we can reposition and go to the front view. Shift with the mouse button to do panning. The tongue a bit smaller. What you can do is you can scale up or scale down and make sure it fits with the mouse size. Alright. So I'm going to make it wider. So I'm pressing S followed by X. Okay, like this. And okay, I turn from the side view and I'm going to scale a little bit the Y-axis. S, Y, and then I'm going to do rotation. Okay. Alright. So the next part is the leg of our character. Make sure we are in an object mode. Okay. So same process with the previous. We are going to add cube. Press Shift A and then mesh. Click on the cube here. Alright. Scale it down. And reposition the new cube. Of course, we need to have a bit smooth interface of the object. We just press Ctrl 3 to do subdivision. Okay, and then we can press Z a bit longer like this. Okay, so reposition. So we can duplicate the same leg by pressing Shift D, or we are selecting this one and go to the modifier. You can click on the mirror. Okay, so you click on the mirror and then scroll down. You can see the mirror object. Click on this icon and click on the body character. It will automatically mirror our leg to another side, and then don't forget to click apply. Okay, so that's for the leg. Okay, so the next one is the object hand. Okay, so for this one, what we are going to do is to select our body character and then move from object mode to edit mode. Okay, so then you can see all the vertices and also the faces here. So change the edge select to face select, and I'm going to select 4 faces, and I'm going to duplicate, and I will create the hand by apa ni, using the base the faces. Okay, so I'm going to select these 4 faces. Okay, so this will be the base for our hand. Okay, and I'm going to do Shift D, and you just click, move a little bit here, and then press P. Okay, since this is a edit mode, I want to separate my hand together with the body. I'm going to press P to separate the new faces, all the 4 faces. Then for the separate here is by selection, meaning that this is the current object, the selection object. Okay, and then go back to the object mode. Okay, so then you can the new faces here, and then press tab. Then we can do selection. Multiple selection, and then I'm going to Shift right, and then press E to extrude just a little bit one, and then E again, extrude, and then press R to rotate. Okay, and you can grab the blue axis here to reposition your hand. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate a little bit and move. Okay, and again I'm going to extrude, press G, or you can grab the red axis here and press R to rotate. And E again to extrude, and E again. All right. Okay, so this will be our hand. Okay, and I'm going to scale this line. Okay, the first thing I need to do selection first. We can do edge select, loop select. All right, but of course the first thing you need to turn from face select to edge select or line select. Okay, press A 2 times. Okay, and then press alternate your keyboard, alternate, and then left click 1 time. Okay, Blender will automatically capture the whole loop, right? And then press S to scale a little bit lah. All right, so it's a simple hand. Okay, if you feel the hand a bit big, the size is a bit bigger, so you can scale it down. Okay, you can go to the object mode and press S to scale the object. Okay, so I'm going to do mirror. Okay, the same step with the leg. All right, so what I'm going to select the hand, and then go to the modifier panel, and then add modifier and click on the mirror. Okay, so it will automatically appear on the other side. Okay, that's our final output for our character. Okay.
I don't understand much. Where is this here?
So yeah, a bit that's the struggle lah when we do it online learning, because I cannot see your screen and I cannot see what happened into your object, right? Okay, so So this is the basic, all right? So if you cannot do the pen like this, of course you can use use the same technique with the leg. You just add the tube, or you can press Shift A, and then you can manipulate other objects here. Of course, you can use cylinder, much more easier. And then you click cylinder and place the object to the next to your character. Okay, you can use cylinder for the hand. It's not compulsory to use cube. Alright, so there are a lot of technique to produce one character. Okay, so I think I'm going to move to the second part for the coloring. Okay, so the default one is a green color. Okay, apply color to the main body first. All right, I'm going to select, make sure you are in object. I'm selecting my body character. Okay, and then you scroll down your properties panel here, click on the material properties. Okay, you see the small circle, the red color. Okay, and then when you click, they will automatically, you can see material, and then use node, and you can scroll down. There are a lot of options that you can apply to your character. Okay, so as I said before, for 3D object, we can apply color. There's a base color, or we can wrap with texture. Okay, if you want to produce realistic object. Okay, so for this tutorial, I'm going to focus on the coloring only. Okay, once you click on the material, you can see material here. Okay, you can rename by double click and then change to the yellow, for example. So easy for you to refer later. Okay, so please click on the use node. Make sure we are not going to use a node in this tutorial. And then this is the base color. Okay, you just click one time, so you can see the panel color appear. All right, so you can click and drag, move around, then you can choose your color, your favorite preferred color, and then you can apply to your character. So as you can see, they will automatically apply. All right, so I think I'm going to change to orange, red color. Yeah. Okay, yellow. All right, so yellow, and then you can see they're a bit shiny. So this one, you can reduce the number for specular. If you increase, you can see the color got like a reflection. Okay, and then the roughness also, you can reduce the number. You can play around with the value so that you can see the effect to your character. Okay, maybe you can increase a little bit for the roughness. Okay, so for the eyeball, okay, click the biggest one. Okay, and then click new. So this one, I'm going to apply white color. Make sure you click on the use node here, and then click on the base color. Just move your cursor to the white area here. Right, and then maybe you cannot see the difference because when you render later, you can see. Okay, so and the smaller, I'm going to apply black color. Right, you just click and drag to the bottom. Okay, so that one for the eye, and this one might be white color. Right, and then for the leg, you can add any color that you like. So I'm going to apply a bit brown. So as you can see, after you choose your color, you can adjust the brightness or the darkness of your color. Okay, so the black and white is the indicator for you to adjust the brightness or the darkness of your object. Okay, So, and then I'm going to reduce the specular. Right. Okay, so I think I'm going to give just a half of the body with the same color with the leg. Okay. Right, so I'm going to do box select. Right, so before that I'm going to change from solid here to wireframe. Why wireframe? Because if you use box select, it will select the vertices or the line at the back also. Okay, so press A and then make sure you are selecting your main character. Okay, and then go to the edit mode. Okay, now we are in edit mode, body parts. All right, so to do box select, you press B on your keyboard, B Bangkok, and then just click and drag. So if you move around, so see, it will selecting the faces behind also, so much more easier. All right, so for this one I'm going to apply the same color, the brown color with the leg. So what I'm going to do now is to add, this is the, you cannot change this one because if you change, the body color will change later. So just click on the plus icon here and then you can rename to brown. Oh, click new and then rename to brown. Okay, and then scroll down, click on the use node and click on the base color and click, if you want to have the same color, we can use this eyedropper. You just click one time and just click here and the color will change. So how to assign? You just click on the assign button. All right, so this is the final output for our character. Okay, so I hope you can, if you cannot follow, but at least you get the idea on how to do the scaling, on how to move the object and how to rotate the object and how to add object and how to manipulate every part of the object. Okay, so for today's workshop, we are using two different modifiers, the mirror modifier, which we can duplicate the same object and then mirror to the other side, and then for the boolean part is they will subtract, they will remove certain parts of our object. Okay, all right, so since I informed you before, we are going to have quiz, just a pop quiz related to the our workshop here. So okay,
I think you want to share your PowerPoint again so that they can see the link.
okay, wait, Okay, so I'm going to use Kahoot. Okay, so you just type Kahoot on your web browser. Okay, so then, or if you have your smartphone, you can simply install the apps. Okay, just a very small apps. Okay, okay, so I already create a quiz for this one. Okay, wait, so I'm going to share the ID for this quiz. Okay, what you need to do is to enter this game pin in your browser or your apps. Okay, 9087182. Okay, so you just type Kahoot and then it will recast the game pin. Just key in the game pin, right? So okay, we can see Kairos here. Okay, Astrid, welcome to Astrid. Waiting your friends, Ashwin, Ethan, Nathan, go. Hand sanitizer, oh my god. Angie, right? Wand. So as I said before, so the question is based on the tutorial, the Blender itself, and just a small part on the theoretical lah, like what is a Blender, something like that, okay. So still waiting. We have 8 players. So the rules of the COVID-19, oh my god. All right, Fizaril, okay, waiting for others. Okay, the rules for this game is you need to read the, we'll share the question and then you can answer on your smartphone or on your web browser. Okay, and it will automatically show the answer, the correct answer or the wrong answer. Okay, and of course we can see the scorer. Okay, so before you tap to the answer, make sure you think first and make sure you are Darwisha, hi. Okay, make sure you are selecting the correct answer. Okay. Okay. Eleven players. So for the top 3, Unima will give something special for you. Alright. So what you need to do if you are in the top 3, you need to email our staff at inquiry.unimai.edu.my and give the score there, and our staff will get back to you. All right, I think we can proceed with the quiz now. Okay, ready? There are 10 questions. Okay. Okay, the first question, true, false. You have 30 seconds to answer. Okay. Wow, okay. We have 7 correct answer. Okay. And then next. Congrats to hand sanitizer. Okay. Ready for the next question? All right, 1, 2, go. Wow, so fast. Okay, the answer is true. Okay, low poly is the popular technique among the game developer, but not for the animator. Alright, so next, all answer correct. Oh, again, hand sanitizer. Oh my god. Alright, so next, ready? Okay, the answer is the red color. Okay, so got 4 correct. Okay, so to add the shortcut key to add new mask, we need to press Shift A. Okay, not Shift D. Shift D is to duplicate. Shift C, no. Shift R also don't have any. All right. So next. Wow, hand sanitizer. Okay, I think you very focused during the workshop. Okay, next question. Wow, okay, got it correct. Okay, so the first tools is move tools, the second one is rotate, and the last one is the scale tools. Okay, all right, ready for okay, hand sanitizer, very good. Okay, next. Oh, I got 2. Okay, the answer is a mirror modifier. Okay, got 6 answer the correct one. Okay, Boolean modifier I got that one is a typo. I'm typing the same answer twice. Okay, next. Oh, okay, hand sanitizer. Okay, and then Ashwin increase position. Okay, next. The 6th question. Okay, which one is not a mesh object? Round, yeah? Not for UV sphere, yes, we already used for our eyeball, and circle we haven't used. Torus is like a donut shape, okay? So round is not the mesh object offered in Blender. Okay, next. Okay, remain the first hand sanitizer, Ashwin, and also the COVID-19. Okay, next. Oh, only 3 answer correct. Okay, so to the shortcut key is press S, and next is X. Okay, because S for the shortcut key for scaling, X is represent the axis. Okay, next. Wow, remain hand sanitizer. Okay, the next question. This one based on our tutorial. Alright, 5 answer correct. We are using cube, yeah. Alright, not box. Box, okay, no one answer box. Cone, no. UV sphere for the eyeball, not the character body. So I'm asking on the character body. Okay. or hand sanitizer remain. The first, and then Ashwin, and then Ethan. All right, ready for the next question? True, false? Easy question. Oh, it seems like 7 answer true. Okay, the correct answer is true. Okay, so the next, okay, next question, the last question, true, false? Wow, so fast. Okay, 7 answer correct, and then let's see the final result. Wow, the top 3, Darisha, congratulations. Number 2, Ashwin, congrats. And the first one, hand sanitizer, am I right? Yes. Okay. So please contact our staff. Okay, you can email us, okay, to redeem your gift, okay.
Yes, you can email us at enquiry@unimi.edu.my. Thank you so much, Ms. Syuhada.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Any questions that you have for Ms. Syuhada before we end this session?